One thing I find really interesting about men in general is their like basic lack of curiosity about other people. And I don't know what this traces back to. I'm not here to psychoanalyze, but anyway, I was just watching this video on here. Or it was more like a slideshow of photos, and you have to like read the photos. And it's this girl in a TikTok or like a street interview, and she's talking about how being remembered is more intimate to her than being loved. And she was talking about how she was in this relationship for 5 years, and even though the guy did all the right things on paper, she realized one day that he never really saw her because he didn't remember things about her. And she talked about how she would like go to the store and get his favorite mouthwash because she remembered that it was his favorite mouthwash. But he didn't do things like that for her because he wasn't really seeing her. He was just performing a role, right? And so like, I'm so glad I ran across that post because it made me think about so many things. And one of those things is the fact that not a single man that's ever been in my life, like outside, like not a single man that I've ever dated, to be clear, has ever really fully seen me. And I think that's why I have such a bad taste in my mouth about relationships, outside of the fact that men are our only natural predators, outside of the fact that every woman I know has a horror story, and outside of the fact that they have been harassing and oppressing us for millennia. Outside of all of that, one of the main reasons that I have a bad taste in my mouth about heteronormative relationships is that the men never really seem to see their partners. The woman knows everything about this man. She knows what his favorite shirt is. She knows his favorite color. She knows his favorite meals. She knows how he likes the TV position. Like, she knows like all of these random things about him. And I find that most men cannot tell you those same things about their wives or their girlfriends. And they only view women in relation to themselves. Like, she's my girlfriend, but they don't see her as her own person with her own interests and peculiarities and like idiosyncrasies, you know? And it's like, when I think about myself, and this is how I compare any man that I'm considering being a romantic partner to me, I'm going to compare him to myself. Like, in what ways are you as good at or better than me in different aspects? I remember everything about people. The things that you wouldn't think that I would remember. Like,
the ghetto was here, y'all.
Ain't this a bitch? Who in the hell left the gate open? Oh man, I mean guys, here is another college educated sister, right? Now guys, listen man, I mean she brings up how your men are just natural predators and this, that, and the third, right? But who are protecting you from those predators? Other natural men who are quote unquote predators, right? So you're being protected by predators and you're being hunted by predators, right? Who's in between those two? Man. And this is the issue that we have with women like this today. I mean, because you're going to jump on the internet to try to push a narrative that, once again, men can't do anything for a woman. And she thinks that this says more about men than it does women. No, it says a lot more about women than it does a man, because all you're doing is just proving that that women are just hard to deal with and hard to please, which is why sisters are the least desirable. And it's sad to say, but when you sit here and look at women who are like this, when you look at things who are like this, you then start to see why we are lacking or why we are behind in our culture, truthfully, why our black women are struggling. I mean, man, maybe you're not worth looking at. Maybe you're not worth observing. Maybe you're not worth a man putting his life on a line. You're not somebody that a man should even want to put his life on a line for. Truthfully, you're not. You're not whatsoever. I mean, once again, guys, who would want to sit here and protect a woman like this and have a woman like this in your society or in your village?
I don't know about y'all, but I'm on single lady TikTok. And I guess it makes sense that this is where I have like wound up, because I am a single lady. But it's so funny because like most women these days act like having a man in their life is the same thing as having Freddy Krueger in your dreams. Like, I have never seen women be so one band, one sound over a single issue. And truly, it's so refreshing, because this isn't even close to how repulsed we should be about the average man. I think we can go so much harder. Like, for instance, our goal, actually, I'm in the wrong room. Our goal should be making the birth rate fucking sub-zero. No more babies ever again. And if you do decide to put your life at risk by bringing a child into this world, it should only be for men who fuck with you as heavy as Anthony Bridgerton fucks with Kate Bridgerton. We're not doing any more low effort. We're not doing any more situationships. We're not doing any more nonchalant my ass. If you can create another him, he should worship the ground we walk on. So I'm glad we're decentering men to this degree. The next step is for you guys to stop worshiping men. The next step is for you guys to stop thinking that a man is your God. Don't know when we'll get there. Catch up.
Once again, guys, the only way a nation or world can exist is if we have more children, if we have the next generation. But you literally have people, right? You literally have people who are like this, who are advocating against that. And then she acts like as if these men who are issues, right, who she claimed to be issues, as if a lot of these guys aren't being raised by freaking women themselves. I mean, once again, you're just catching her contradictions, right? I mean, you sit here and you say that, well, men aren't observant, right? Men really don't care to look for their girlfriends, right? I mean, but once again, yet these would be the same women. These would be the same women who would then sit here and say, why are y'all guys so worried about black women? Why y'all guys so worried about women's hair? Why y'all guys so worried about black women who are single mothers? Why y'all guys so worried about freaking women? Because y'all are our counterparts. Y'all are the ones that we are trying to advance our legacy with. But once again, we have women who want to keep sitting here talking about gender war, but yet they're the main ones who are behind it. They're the main ones who are sitting here making videos like this. Why aren't men jumping on TikTok every single day talking about story times? It's only women, right? Because this platform is for women to be disingenuous, to lie, to push false narratives. A good example is the fact that you can sit here and you can see this woman jump on the internet, jump on TikTok, and immediately start talking about men, start pushing narratives. Hey, men logically, this is why we say men are more logical than women, because there aren't men who will sit here, right? Only simps, only Pookies and Ray Rays and guys who just trying to get something out of the deal, right? But guys logically will sit here and listen to that story, even guys who are beaten, because you can sit here and once again, you just allow women to talk. These women will sit here and tell you the whole story, and they thinking that, hey, okay, I'm just being transparent with this guy, so he's cool with it. No, he's sitting here listening. Oh, girl, there ain't nothing wrong with that. The whole time he's thinking like, bro, this girl got 50 bodies. Like, man, like, dog, we already know what category you're in, sadly, right? But you're in one category and one category only. Once again, when guys question black women about the things that they do, because once again, we have to question a lot of your black women, because once again, being that y'all are going to be our future wives, we're going to have to make sure that, hey, these are the right people to be our future wives. Because if they aren't, then we're just going to go right over here to Becky. And we've already seen a bunch of brothers doing that, and we're seeing how our sisters are acting. Once again, guys will sit here and look at a video like this and they will question it. They will say, okay, well, hold on. Here's holes here. Nah, this doesn't make too much sense. Nah, this, that, and the third, right? Just for women to then turn around and say, nah, he's victim blaming, right? But when you look at the comments of these women will literally, they will automatically go with what she's saying. They will see holes and they won't even acknowledge it. Literally go to her TikTok page and go to her comment section. They will automatically run with what she is saying, right? And by the way, the video she's referring to, if I'm not mistaken, is this sister who we reacted to it a couple of days ago. But this sister decided to leave her man, but yet she said the man was a good dude and everything. She said the man was a good dude and everything, but yet you hear women, right? You have comments, right, of women saying, hey, KB, you're missing the point of why she's making the video. What do you mean? The title of the video is, he was a good man, but that wasn't good enough, right? She explained barely why she left the guy, and all because, well, he wasn't doing, he wasn't as consistent as he was at the beginning. He wasn't this, he wasn't that. And it's like, once again, these women will try to hold men to standards that they won't even hold themselves to.
I broke up with my boyfriend a couple of days ago. And I realized people could do all the physical stuff in the world. Like, they can take you on dates, they can pay for things, they can hold your hand, they can be on the correct side of the sidewalk. But that doesn't make up for the emotional immaturity. Like, if you can't problem solve, if you can't be there when I need it, if you can't take accountability, then why am I in a relationship with you? I feel like the title of a girlfriend was being used as a label. I didn't feel like a girlfriend. And then not only that, besides the emotional immaturity part, he started to slack. It's like he honored me more before we were in a relationship, and then when we got into a relationship, he stopped trying as hard. In what universe? In what universe? And so we had a talk. Well, I talked to him. A conversation that could have took 10 minutes with accountability took an hour and some change, and my question still didn't get solved. Problem still unanswered, but it's answered now. But the only thing I could really get out of that was that he told me that he wasn't treating me how he thinks a girlfriend should be treated. Basically, he wanted me to wait it out so I could see his potential unfold. And he told me he didn't know why he acted the way he does. I feel like 1, 2, 3, that's enough for me. Like, it's a no for me. I feel like in a relationship, I should definitely be honored. I shouldn't be ignored. I shouldn't be laughed at. My point shouldn't be looked over. I just feel like he wasn't ready emotionally or mentally. I feel like he was infatuated with me. I feel like he liked the idea of being with me, but actually maintaining me and like being able to uphold a real relationship wasn't for him. I told him that, well, I figured out that he, like, usually I bring up something and he's like, no, that's not true. And then it ends up being true. So I told him, I was like, you like toxic relationships. He was like, is that bad? Okay. We don't go together. I already told you I don't do that. So the fact that you're still asking me, is that bad? But yeah, some things don't fit. I feel like he's a really cool individual. I feel like we would have definitely been better as friends. That's literally what I wanted to be for the longest. I just kept trying. I don't know what I was doing, but I did it. Yeah, people, they don't deserve all of you. I'm just gonna tell you that. If they show you that they don't have the capacity to hold you, let them go. And that was the end of that.
So a good example, right? Once again, this is what I mean by women push false narratives and they'll just run with stories. So my girlfriend, I'm doing a bunch of YouTube videos every day, day in and day out. You understand how hard it is to be a content creator. You got to pump these videos out. She wants to be around me 24/7, and that's fine, right? I'm being around her, but she still has the mitigated guard to say that, well, KB, I don't have full access to you. Well, hold on. Now I go to work, I work out, and I come back home and I chill with you all day. I'm over here doing videos or whatnot. What are you talking about? You don't have full access to me. Oh, it's that I'm not giving you my full undivided attention. And it's like these women would rather you give her full undivided attention than you do your work. But yet these would be the same women who would then become independent boss babes and will want men who understands a woman who is independent, who is constantly working. This is why men don't want to deal with business, career driven women, because once again, you can't have two career driven people in a household and you got kids to take care of, or you got two career driven people in a household and one has a mindset like hers and the other one has a mindset of a traditional man.
Random passerby conversations will stick in my mind because on some level my soul acknowledges that was a reveal. I'm really big on character reveals and value reveals, and people do little things all the time that reveal who they are and what's really going on in here and in here, right? And so I pick up on things like that. And even just like little things that just stick with me that made me feel good or made me feel bad. Like there was this girl that I used to be friends with. I have literally like not had a full conversation with this girl since 7th grade. And I will always remember that her birthday is August 12th because at one point we were friends. And at one point it mattered to me that her birthday was August 12th and that her birthday was like a week after mine. And so I don't care if I never see this girl again. I will always remember her name, her face, and that her birthday was August 12th. But how many of my exes could not tell you my birthday today? And it's not something that I'm doing voluntarily. I just remember small details about people. They will say things in conversations in passing, and it'll just stick in my brain. There was this boy that I was in 5th grade with, and even just thinking about him makes me smile because he was fucking nuts. He was crazy as fuck. Like, this boy used to drive the teacher crazy because he was always bouncing off the walls. Come to find out, he had ADD. But I will always remember him as this little blonde boy with a bowl cut who was singing Hey Ya by Outkast at the top of his lungs in 5th grade and pissing the teacher off. And I was so weak when it happened, and I will always remember him because I think that he's a funny person to this day, and I have not seen him in person since elementary school. I was forced to get ballerina nails when I usually get long coffin nails, and my sister-in-law noticed that I don't have long coffin nails. When I was in like 6th or 7th grade, the lunch lady got a new pair of eyeglasses. And I remember commenting on her eyeglasses and being like, oh, you look very distinguished today. Did you get new glasses? And she was so touched that I noticed, out of all of the kids in the school, that I noticed that she got new glasses, that she went and brought another lunch lady from the back room and brought her up to the line. And she looked at me, she said, say what you just said to her. And I was like, I told her that her glasses looked distinguished. And like, she was so proud and she seemed so touched that somebody had noticed her. And like yesterday, I went out to eat, and within 5 minutes of conversation, I knew that my server's husband is a real history buff, and I knew that she used to do day trading, and then she quit because corporate was stressing her out, and so now she's taking a break from that life by being a server at a restaurant that her friend owns. Like, I love to know people. I ask questions about people. Some people say they don't like small talk. I love small talk because it's just a segue into deep talk. And the way that I ask questions doesn't feel intrusive. And so people typically feel comfortable telling me all types of shit about them, even shit that I didn't ask for. And I just remember certain things about people. And it blows my mind how there are people in this world, mainly men, who walk around totally uncurious about the lives of the people around them. And it's not just the lives of women that they don't care about. They don't care about their friends' lives. They don't care about details, real details about their friends' lives or struggles or personalities or backstories or anything like that. And I just cannot imagine not being curious about just random strangers on the street, let alone my friends. I'm asking all types of questions. I want to know the logistics from beginning to end, from A to Z. Tell me how you got here. Tell me where you're going. What do you think? What were you dreaming last night? What is your favorite drink? Like, I love knowing things about people. I literally have a degree in journalism because I'm so good at asking questions. And I just cannot imagine not having any intel or wanting any intel about the next person because you're so self-absorbed. I could not imagine living that type of life. That's actively insane to me. And you can say, oh, I just mind my business. It's not about minding your business. It's about connecting with other people. Does that...
Man, if you don't sit your goddamn ass pistol grip chin down somewhere.
Grip chin ass.
I mean, people, just listen to how childish these women are. Listen to how childish these women are. You sitting here saying that, well, it is an issue. It is a simple issue because he can't even remember certain things from you, right? I've been with my girl for 5 years. There's a bunch of things, man, that I kept telling her over and over and over that she still don't remember. But am I going to sit here and say that, hey, well, listen, she changed? Hey, well, listen, she isn't consistent anymore? No, it's only women who try to put these crazy ass standards on men, but yet when a man put standards on women, then it has to be challenged. And it does not make any sense. And my issue is the fact that women will literally run with the story. And this is why we're like, man, listen, if we have a new society, if we would have to start a new society, people like Pretty Intellectual, people like Jazz, and people like her will have to be caged, or they'll have to be put in a camp to where, you know, they can't be infiltrating other people's cultures, or they can't be sitting over here spreading poison amongst our people. Because once again, this doesn't make sense. Y'all heard what she said in the first video where she said, man, listen, we don't need any babies. We need to get rid of them, right? But yet these are the same women who will sit here and call a man when another guy harms them. These are the same people that will sit here and call a man when they're stuck in a burning building. These women will call a man for just about anything. If their phone need to be fixed, if the car need to be fixed, if the tires need to be turned, anything that needs to be fixed, a man is going to be doing it. But yet she swear, but now she doesn't make any sense. But once again, she says that she's dealt with all of these guys and not a single one of them married her. Why? Because of the video that you made where you're talking about, hey, well, listen, I'm okay, man, with women, you know, not having children. Of course. And this is a mindset that drives men away. But this woman is going to hit 40. This woman's going to hit 50, 60, 70. And she's going to have to then question why she had the mindset that she has now, because she's going to be more than likely a single mother at some point, right? And she's going to be struggling trying to find a mate. Good luck, sis, but you know, hey man, you know, you gonna get what you get. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.